My problem started very young. I've suffered my whole life with trauma, addiction, depression, everything you can name it, I've had it. I was addicted to cigarettes, marijuana, alcohol, prescription medication. When I was 17 years old, that's when my addiction started to grow even more with alcohol and cigarettes. Medications that I took were for insomnia, depression. I attempted suicide. And because of that episode, I was diagnosed with a bipolar. And these medications that I had to take, it was something that I became more fond with, something that I grew a desire to have because it helped me, it stabilized me. I depended on the medication for sleep. I depended on the medication for every morning for the depression and anxiety. The suicidal thoughts was a shadow that I had throughout my childhood. It's always been there. I've always had those thoughts. I just tried to ignore it. There was an episode in my life where I let my emotions take over me, and those voices that I've been hearing my whole life, I just gave up because my suffering was too much. So that day, I ran out the house hysterically because I was exhausted. I was exhausted of myself. I was exhausted of suffering. I was exhausted of feeling that void. And I said, maybe if I kill myself, I'll have some peace. So I went out of the house. I walked barefooted down the street from my house about 10 minutes away from where I lived to a train station. And I was walking, and my plan was to jump in front of the train. That's what I determined to do that day when I left the house. I had a void inside of me that I couldn't explain it to no one. It was just, I felt like no one in the world would understand. I went to therapy to try to understand why I felt so empty and alone. No matter what I did, I read books, I couldn't find answers to the emptiness that I had inside of me. It got to a point where after I met my husband, it took control of everything. My husband told me that I needed to find some other help, God or a church or something, because it was destroying our relationship. I was working at this place, and there was a woman there. She was really different from everybody else. She treated me different, with respect. We became friends, and one day she was talking to me, and that's when she invited me to the Universal Church. So when I came through those doors for the first time, I knew that this was my last place. It was the only place. There was no other place to go, because I've tried so many other things and nothing worked. I came as much as I could, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. I was tired of being used. I was tired of all of the evil. I was tired of feeling heavy and burdened. And I said, there's no car or money or anything in this world that can bring me happiness and peace. So if God can give it to me, then I will give all that I can to Him. And I started to change in the inside, the way that I saw things. I received the Holy Spirit. I'm a new creature, a new person. I'm a better person. I have the desire for life, desire to help other people. I sleep well. I don't take any medication today. I was delivered from addiction, complexes, trauma. What I have today, there is no price for that. What I have today is something that I searched my whole life for. It's something that I never had, and today I have it all. The depression, the sadness, the things that were deep inside of me went away. Today my marriage is blessed. My children are blessed. God never fails anyone. And there is nothing in this world, no money, nothing that can buy the inner peace, love, and joy that God can give us.